Yeah.
No one has a hard copy of the Guinness Book anymore.
No.
And guys like you and I, we'd always have one growing up.
We always had one.
I'd have a nice hard copy of the Guinness Book.
I would peruse it.
Get
a flashlight out at night.
I'd try to see which records I might aspire to break one day. Because when you're 10 years old, your goals in life are like, I'll break a Guinness World Record.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll go to space. That's about it. Yeah. Breaking a world record is like high on the list of life goals when you're a child.
Yeah, you want to break the world record. You want to win the slam dunk contest.
Yeah, you want to do 900.
And then you figure out, you grow up a little bit, you realize you can't even touch net.
You can't touch net. There's a little thing called the IRS. That's up my ass.
Yeah.
And now I'm not even close to beginning to plot how to break any world record. I mean, I'm not even close to breaking a world record.
No, the only Guinness Book of World Record I'm close to breaking is getting fucked by the IRS.
Yeah. Or perhaps most Kringles in one house.
Well, I didn't order the Kringle. It's sort of family.
It's family tradition. Now, it must be like your favorite thing. They keep sending you a new Kringle.
It's fine. I enjoy the Kringle.
It's fine. Yeah, it's good.
My family listens to this. They're going to think I'm an ingrate.
Yeah, but you're not an ingrate.
I'm not an ingrate.
Not an ingrate, but it was one too many. We can agree that it's one too many Kringles.
It's one too many Kringles, yeah. Maybe a 6 month. Every 6 months, maybe a Kringle.
Well, we got this fabulous Kringle from Trent's for his birthday from his folks.
Yeah.
And we all let us have a nice hunk of the Kringle, warm it up in the microwave. Nothing better than a delicious Kringle treat.
It was
great. One Kringle a year. It's great.
Yeah.
And then about 4 days later, a fresh Christoph and I are home. You're at work, and the guy bangs on the door. I'm in the middle of doing something. I go, God damn it! And I go open the door, and I look down and I pick up and I go, another goddamn Kringle. How many Kringles could this guy? Is Saint Criminy Kringle over here?
Yeah. Well, sorry, we don't miscommunication with the family. I got one for Valentine's Day and my birthday.
Yeah,
they're very close to each other.
They are,
and but I told my mom, I go, you gotta tell the family, no more sweet treats.
Right.
The cupboard's full, and we don't have much space in the.
That's the
problem
with moms. They keep you fat because my mom sends me poppy seed bread, cookies, brownies, and stuff. I'm 32. If I have one of those things, it's gonna take a year off my life. Like I can't play with fire anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, she kept me fat for years.
She kept you fat for years, but that's the
sweets.
In the Midwest, they don't care about that. Everybody looks like a pig in the Midwest,
right?
But in New York, you gotta stay fit. You gotta.
Know. Yeah, I got auditions and stuff.
I can't, auditions. Yeah. You're never gonna get a lady, you big fat pig in New York.
No, I'm a 6 here at best. Something's gonna.
That's the one thing you gotta have.
I'm tripling up the charm. I can't take a pound off to save my life. Stuck like this.
No, if I was still living in Indiana, I'd eat a Kringle for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah, yeah, for real. A deep fry one. A deep fry one. I'd shotgun a beer. I go, what do I care? I'm still in Kansas.
Well, we're not in Kansas anymore.
No, you could say that.
We're in the Echo Chamber studio.
We're in the Echo Chamber studio, where things come in fast, they come in hot, and they come in live.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Fuck it, we'll do it live. Trent, you want to tell the folks at home?
I would love to.
What this podcast is?
I would love nothing more, Joe.
Lay it on him.
This is Echo Chamber with Joe and Trent, the only podcast where two comedians read the Wall Street Journal because one of us gets it for free from work. Would you like to give us a little rundown of the stories today?
Absolutely, Trent. Well, first we're going to be hearing about, and this is from the Wall Street Journal, of course, more people are unattached, and that's good for Valentine's Day. People are giving themselves gifts on Valentine's Day.
Oh, good.
Well,
we need more. That's what we need. More isolation.
Isolation and self gift giving. I'm great. I'm going to give myself a gift.
Yeah, wow.
So that's on the rise.
Oh, boy. Well, Joe, there's a company, Waymo. They make self-driving cars. There's a recall.
That's shocking. I can't believe that could have gone wrong. Well, Trent, speaking of well, not cars, but I've got two that are thematically similar. Back to love.
Ooh.
Wedding venues. Take everything you knew about wedding venues, throw that out the window.
Oh, boy.
There's a new wedding venue in town, and it's got cold iron bars and a watchtower.
Wedding venues. I thought you said videos at first.
No, venues. Yeah.
Oh,
People
wow.
getting married in prison.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right.
And now I've heard of a conjugal visit, but well, Joe, you don't have to worry about this because you don't go to the office. Maybe one day a week you go into the office,
Like
but
more like once a month.
once
really.
a month. But this may affect me.
Oh, no.
And God, I hope the podcast takes off because biometric scanning. They may be replacing key
Jesus.
cards.
Oh, God.
To get into the office.
Oh, no. Why? The key cards, there's nothing wrong with the key cards.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong.
They go, it's just not enough.
It's just not enough. It's not enough protection.
It's never enough.
We need to know exactly what your iris looks like.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know who biometric scanning would have worked well on at some point is a grifter in Texas who pretended to be a war hero and an oil man to rake in millions of dollars. Bit of a con artist.
Oh my God!
We're gonna
con artist.
We're gonna do a little
stolen valor. That's one of my least favorite things.
stolen valor.
Yeah.
Stolen oil.
But one of my favorite things, and one of your favorite things, Joe, butter chicken.
I love butter chicken. I had it this week.
Yeah, it's a
Twice.
delicious dish.
Can't get enough.
But apparently, there's a rivalry.
Say
There's a
it so.
feud over who created the famous Indian dish.
Well, it certainly wasn't General Tso
No, it wasn't General Tso. No.
because he did a different chicken.
Yeah.
And I know all about that. Well, let's kick us off, Trent. We are going to start here with a little article from, I believe, the Wall Street Journal.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Headline, more people are unattached, and that's good for Valentine's Day.
Yes.
Shockingly.
Yeah.
Self-gifting is on the rise as consumers enjoy empowerment of treating themselves.
Yes.
My favorite form of empowerment is buying myself a Valentine's Day gift. Kind of moron. This Valentine's Day, more people are saying, I love you to themselves. That's right.
Wow.
Self-gifting is on the rise for Cupid's holiday as more consumers grow tired of receiving duds from their spouse or significant
Oh,
other.
my God.
Because people they can't be pleased, Trent. They
No.
can't be pleased. Enjoy the empowerment of treating themselves or celebrating the single life.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, last year, 39% of U.S. consumers said they bought themselves a Valentine's Day gift.
Wow.
According to a poll of more than 1,000 people by market research firm Circana. I can't imagine buying myself.
I can't think of anything sadder.
I could barely bring myself to buy somebody else a Valentine's gift.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, it's embarrassing. You're
yeah.
walking through town with flowers.
Right.
It's nice. The right thing to do, but my God.
Oh, there's nothing more embarrassing than walking around with flowers. I don't know why. It shouldn't be.
It's
But
devastating.
you walk.
Yeah.
I thought about because I've been casually seeing a lady.
Right.
I thought about buying her flowers. I walked
Right.
by. They sell them all over the street in
They're
in the city.
Easy to find.
And I walked by and I go,
You couldn't do it?
I can't do it.
You didn't get her flowers? No, you didn't get her flowers?
No, I got her. I got her a sweet treat. I got her a Kringle.
No flower. You got her a Kringle. You didn't give her a Kringle. Well, you had plenty of Kringles to go around.
I had plenty of Kringles.
Yeah, yeah. And what's crazy is all women want is flowers. And we just can't bring ourselves. I just
bring myself
can't
to do it. No.
Yeah. When I was 21, I was dating a girl, and after 2 years, she goes, "You've never got me flowers."
Yeah.
And I go, "Flowers." Flowers.
Never thought of that.
Well, I did it this Valentine's Day. I went and got some flowers.
Yeah?
And it was I was standing on the L train holding the bouquet.
Ah.
Most vulnerable I've ever felt in my life.
Oh yeah, it's horrible.
I don't think they want it for the flowers. They want it for you to feel vulnerable. They want
they
to
love
see.
emasculating you.
They want to see just
Yeah.
how thin you're going to spread
Yeah,
yourself
yeah,
for
yeah,
them.
yeah.
The flowers. Look,
all
she
mind
flew
games.
out of town the next day. The flowers, the flowers
They're dead.
They're dead. They're willing to go out. Literally, they're useless. Serve no purpose. Yeah.
They're dead like her love for me.
Yeah. That's really on ice, just like the flowers. Well, Marshall Cohen, Circana's chief industry advisor, says the trend is a carryover from the COVID years.
God, everything.
I know.
Fuck off. This,
I know. Get this
Enough.
quote, people were getting practical gifts during the pandemic like vacuum cleaners, so they started buying romantic things for themselves. No, they didn't. This is just made up. The way that people talk about the pandemic is like, oh, I remember on Valentine's Day in the pandemic, we'd all go down to the river, see? Because the places were closed, and then we'd get ourselves a bouquet, and we'd go down and do they act like it was a Depression-era traditions. It's like they're just making stuff up at this point.
Right,
Yeah. It's so much conjecture about what they think happened, what we did
Right.
In 1 year span.
The only thing that changed during the pandemic was we considered people who work at Walmart heroes.
Yeah, and we have to tip people who sell us potted plants. 70%.
You have to tip everybody.
Yeah.
And people who work at the first line workers that worked at grocery stores, heroes.
Yeah, heroic what they did. Well, speaking of first line workers, Target is advertising heart-themed T-shirts and sweatshirts for Valentine's Day, which it says are, quote, fit for the whole fam or just you. In Etsy's, quote, gift mode, shoppers can select, quote, myself as the recipient and Valentine's Day as the occasion. That's not sad at all. Clicking myself and Valentine's Day on your cart as you sit in your pajamas at 3 p.m. Collector's Cage, which sells previously owned designer handbags online and at 2 stores in Copenhagen, is running social media ads with the message, quote, from you to you.
Jesus.
The company is offering a special treat for single shoppers, a mystery gift that includes leather treatment products emblazoned with the words love yourself and your bag this Valentine's Day. Founder Matthias Muslin says he changed tack after last year's more traditional Valentine's Day marketing fell apart. Alina Wilson bought herself a bracelet and earrings years ago when going through a difficult time at work. Quote, anytime I was nervous, I would look at the bracelet and it would help me stay grounded, recalls the 52-year-old owner of Medical Spa and Wellness Center in Lake Oswego, Oregon. For Valentine's Day, Wilson is treating herself to a diamond tennis bracelet. What is a tennis bracelet? I don't know. Quote, I'm not going to turn down a gift from my partner, she says, but buying for myself makes me feel great. You can't love another person unless you love yourself. You know what?
Self-love.
You also can.
Yeah, you 100% can.
You 100%
That's
can.
something that we made up.
Yeah,
Self-love,
right.
I think it's the worst thing to ever happen.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. Self-love is no good. And I also think we need to bring shame back.
Shame.
Yeah. One of the most useful things there is.
Yeah, exactly. I couldn't agree more, my friend.
Everyone says they have anxiety now. Well, we used to call it shame.
Yeah, it used to be a good thing.
It used to be a good thing.
It used to be people need to shame.
My
The way
grandma
people
would
act
always
now
say
is
you ought to be
insane.
ashamed of yourself to
Yeah.
everyone in the whole family.
Yeah.
She was right, and they were.
That's the way it should be.
That's the way it should be. Grandma knows best. Yeah, we got to bring shame back. Lots of good things come from shame.
Yeah. That's how you learn.
I mean, how shameless are you to buy yourself a diamond-encrusted bracelet for Valentine's Day?
Yeah, I don't know. I can barely buy myself a smoothie.
Self-love is one thing, but what are you, in love with yourself?
Well, yeah, everybody's a narcissist now. It's all... Well, Joe, speaking of people that should be shamed, this is from the Wall Street Journal.
Oh, okay.
Headline, First Waymo recall follows crash of self-driving cars.
Oh.
Now, Waymo is a company. They make self-driving cars. They're owned by Alphabet, which also owns...
Famous for the soup.
Yes, they're famous for the soup.
Right.
Yeah.
No, they got in the self-driving cars.
In the catchy tune. the Alphabet song.
Right.
But no, they own Google. Alphabet owns Google.
Oh, my Christ.
Alphabet unit plans software fix after 2 of its vehicles hit pickup being towed. Self-driving car company Waymo issued its first ever recall over a software issue.
We fucked it all up.
After 2 of its cars in Phoenix collided with a pickup truck being towed backwards.
Oh.
Waymo has largely avoided the trouble plaguing the self-driving car business. General Motors Cruise, another leader in the industry, pulled its cars off the road and is under federal investigation after one of its autonomous vehicles last year dragged a pedestrian in San Francisco about 20 feet.
Oh, my God. 20 feet's a good distance to be dragged by a self-driving car.
Could you imagine that happened to you? I wouldn't tell a single soul.
If I got dragged by a self-driving car.
A self-driving car?
It'd be pretty embarrassing.
It'd be embarrassing.
Yeah. But I would definitely file a lawsuit.
I would file a lawsuit against Cruise.
Of course, I don't really know how to file a lawsuit. I have to reach out to an attorney. I think I've got a job for you.
Yeah, filing a lawsuit does seem like a big headache.
Yeah.
But I'm anti self-driving car. I don't think that comes as a shock to anybody.
Right. I'm right there with you.
Yeah. But the big thing with self-driving cars is like, it's going to lower the number of DUIs and stuff like that. But you know what's going to increase? The number of deaths by robot.
Deaths by robot. Yeah, nobody talks about that.
No, nobody cares.
Yeah.
There's no forethought. In San Francisco, where some residents ride-hail robo-taxis, the fire department said people surrounded a Waymo vehicle this month and set it on fire.
Wait, what? Wait, say that again. People started one on
People
fire?
in San Francisco,
They've had enough.
They surrounded one. They teamed up. A bunch of
These are heroes.
A bunch of neo-Luddites.
These are the heroes.
Yeah. These people should be praised.
Yeah.
They surrounded a self-driving car. They go, you're not going anywhere.
Enough. Enough.
And they set it ablaze. Yeah.
What was the straw that broke the camel's back for these people? Why did they couldn't take another one of these?
Doesn't really say. They just set one on fire. They've had enough. Yeah. And it seems to be maybe
them.
this is the only place where like this is legalized.
Yeah, it's always in San Francisco. So in the Bay Area.
Yeah. Two Waymo vehicles crashed a few minutes. This is what happened. This is what caused the recall. 2 Waymo vehicles crashed a few minutes apart into the pickup truck while it was being towed across a center turn lane and a traffic lane, the company said. So this poor tow truck driver.
Imagine that your car is getting towed.
Yeah.
Every Waymo truck in the whole city it just crashes into you.
Yeah, it's like a fucking...
You go, yeah, just take it down to the shop.
Heat-seeking
they're just driving. Yeah, no, what it was. About 15 Waymo cars crashed right into the goddamn thing. Yeah, just my fucking luck.
This poor tow truck driver.
What are you telling me?
Yeah.
You telling me my truck got hit by every Waymo car in the city? Pretty much.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. That's what happened. Waymo said its vehicles incorrectly predicted how the pickup truck and the tow truck would move. Not a great sign. The one thing you need to know how to do to have a self-driving car.
Why are cars... hates driving that much that you want to risk everything?
Yeah.
To have, and then what happens when the self-driving cars start boozing? Then DUIs are back.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Because people are setting them on fire. They got nothing to live for.
Yeah.
They're going to start boozing themselves.
Well, the worst part about the self-driving car is waiting 16 years for it to get its learner's permit.
And then another 2 years before it turns legal.
You drive
until you can fuck it.
So you can fuck the tailpipe.
Yeah. I always thought it was weird. Our brains are basically machines, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes they don't turn off. Like you lay down to go to sleep, and you can't.
Right.
It'd be weird if cars were like that. Like you just couldn't turn your car off sometimes, and you had to like jack something off in the engine in order. You bring home your date, and you go, hold on, I gotta. This is a whole thing. You pop the hood.
Jerk the stick shift.
This little pipe oil comes out. That should do it. That should be out now.
And then he's out like a fucking sleeping baby. Waymo said it has done research showing that its autonomous vehicles are involved in a lower rate of crashes compared to human drivers. The company said it has completed more than 1 million ride-hail trips.
I mean, what kind of statistic is that to hide behind? Well, we crash less than people.
Yeah.
Sure, but you shouldn't crash at all.
Right? Yeah, it's all technology. Should be fine, but of course technology doesn't.
Also, they're in the San Francisco area. It's not really a fair. Like it's the people there. I mean, little Chinese ladies and stuff. They're crashing left and right. I mean, why don't you put them in Texas and see, if they're better than people? Yeah. People start driving when they're 5 years old down there. Well, I think the Waymo people should be locked up, Trent.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
And you know who else wants to be locked up? People looking to get married.
Okay.
In so many words. So this is from the Wall Street Journal.
Sure.
These wedding venues give new twist on old ball and chain.
Oh, the old ball and chain.
Former clinks, I had to be careful how I said that one, such as one that held AI. Former clinics, such as one that held Al Capone, rent space for your special event. Dateline Philadelphia. Christina Spence is already looking forward to her next stint in Eastern State Penitentiary. Jesus. The prison that once held Al Capone and bank robber Willie Sutton is where she and her husband Ricky Scalia eloped in 2021. In 2026, she expects to be back behind those walls, celebrating her 5th wedding anniversary in a venue some might describe as decidedly catchy and anti-fancy. My cousin got married in a castle. We wanted to have a unique, stress-free ceremony, says Spence, the 41-year-old mother of 3, about her nuptials to Scalia, a barber. It was the two of them, a pastor and a photographer. Quote, I dragged my dress past Al Capone's cell, and we laughed and danced and had a ball. Spence is not solitary in her pursuit.
Wow. So they got married in a prison that's closed down, obviously.
We got married in a prison. Colder than a witch's tit. That's right. How does one land in prison for a ceremony?
That's what we're all asking.
That's what we're all asking. After connecting on Tinder, this is always where it starts.
Yeah.
Connecting on Tinder, Australians Taylor and Mitchell Moore had their first date at a cinema night at the Fremantle Prison in Western Australia, which closed as a prison in 1991 and is now a UN-designated World Heritage Site, which is weird for a prison.
Yeah.
To be a World Heritage Site. This place. With all the memories.
All the people that were locked up.
All the people who were locked up and died in here.
Rapists and murderers.
Had shanked each other. Yeah. Quote, he knew that I have a huge interest in true crime, so he bought us tickets.
True crime.
It's all true crime bullshit. Yeah. Recalls Taylor about the event where they watched a screening of the movie Con Air about a group of America's deadliest criminals hijacking a prison transport plane on the grassy Fremantle grounds while munching snacks from a food truck. The Cell Block, a former jail in Clifton, Texas, now runs as a bed and breakfast, a nice escape where one can relax in the prison yard on the rooftop deck, as the
lift
website
weights.
Did I say lift weights?
No,
okay.
For the prison yard, that's what they do. They lift weights.
Yeah,
and they shank.
So I don't know what
other ethnic gangs.
I don't know what the compulsion is to want to go hang out in a prison.
I don't either.
I think it's that your life has been so safe and so like nothing has happened.
Yeah,
that you need to go to a prison.
Yeah, to feel something.
To get your rocks off.
Yeah, to get your rocks off.
Yeah, it's the only place you can get up.
It's the only thing you can feel anymore.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I have no desire to ever step foot in a prison.
No, it sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Philadelphia's Eastern State Penitentiary doesn't do weddings on Valentine's Day. Excuse me. For the simple reason that it costs too much to heat the space inside its cold walls. It doesn't book rentals before April. That's fine for couples willing to wait for warmer weather and perhaps for wedding savings, since former prisons generally cost less than a country club.
Yeah, okay, that's shocking that having your wedding in a prison would cost less than a beautiful country club.
Yeah. Look, honey, looks like we're gonna have to wait till spring. The prison's a little too cold right now. Don't worry, baby. Once those cold
the radiators on the fritz at the prison.
Once those cold steel pipes heat up, I'm gonna put you in a beautiful black wedding dress. Walk you down the no, I guess not the aisle, but well, the 200-year-old Shrewsbury prison in England, which was decommissioned in 2013, says it's a perfect wedding venue for those looking for a place to be, quote, truly, the place that will be, quote, truly unforgettable for your very special day. It is converting several tiers into a 20-bedroom hotel. Or take the Ohio State Reformatory in Mansfield, opened to convicts in 1896, then closed in 1990. It became the film location for the 1994 movie Shawshank Redemption. This month, Mansfield is launching a $1 million fundraising campaign to restore West Cell Block that's deteriorated since Shawshank wrapped. They settled on a Valentine's Day tagline, "Lock down your love." So take everything.
I guess I kind of understand that. It'd be kind of cool. Well, I would go see the where they
see it.
I wouldn't want to get married
there.
No.
Go on Tinder dates there.
I wouldn't want to get married in a church.
I don't want to get married at all. Well, that's like I want to do is get married in the Shawshank Redemption prison.
Yeah, you can't
take everything you knew about wedding venues. Throw it out the window.
Throw it out the window.
It's a new venue in town.
There's a new venue in town, and there's a new biometric security pass in town as well, my friend.
Oh, my God.
This is from the Wall Street Journal. Your headline, your body could be your next office badge.
Oh, God. Why? Please tell me why.
I can't tell you why. Instead of posing for a photo and setting up passwords in the future, a new employee might spend a few minutes supplying biometric information. Face scanned, gait analyzed, spoken phrase recorded, and voila, your body becomes your security key.
Joe here.
Reporting for duty.
Reporting for duty. Scan me in and suck me dry. I'm a company shrill. Here to lick the boot. Voice confirmed. Get your bitch ass inside.
Biometrics experts envision a seamless experience. Quote, as soon as you arrive
They always envision a seamless experience.
That's like I'm sure Waymo envisioned a seamless experience.
They envision a seamless experience.
I can't fathom anything going wrong.
The road to hell. Paved and envisioning a seamless experience.
Quote, as soon as you arrive at the parking lot, your geolocation is fed into a system from the phone
We got his ass.
that has been given to you.
Jesus.
As soon as you come through the front door, facial recognition could open the door and could also unlock your computer.
Why?
Said Mohammed Lazouni, the chief technology officer at Aware, a company that develops security systems to authenticate people's identities.
Welcome to Aware. We know where you are.
At all times.
We know what you smell like.
The technology could do away with the hassle. They always try to play it off as like everything's a giant hassle.
Yeah, right.
Like technology.
The hassle of walking through the door.
Yeah. The hassle of forgotten badges and regular password resets and fortify companies' protection against cyber attacks. But it also raises concerns.
Just put us all down. Let the robots take over.
Yeah, I
quit.
couldn't agree more.
I quit.
About the ways data it raises concerns about the ways the data could be used beyond security and whether employers should have this level of insight into their workers' bodies and behavior at all.
Yeah.
No, the answer is no.
Yeah, why?
100% no.
It's absurd. There's clearly ulterior motives. You don't spend money to set up biometrics because one guy forgot his badge one day.
No,
they want to know your blood type, and they want to put a gun to your head. And
everything you do,
and how long it takes you to jerk off.
Yeah, but that's the thing is like everything is like that's how they convince you to use new technology. Is like, are you tired of?
But they're running out of things that we're tired of. Yeah.
I think I was thinking about this. I think the last useful piece of technology that was invented, the TV remote.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was huge.
That was huge.
Yeah, I was going to say the toaster.
Just ruined the toaster. We'd have to research what came first.
That's
sort of a chicken or egg.
Toaster oven. Maybe.
Yeah, the toaster oven.
Yeah, that's when they started getting carried away.
That's when they get a little
toaster
carried
oven
away.
And say, hey, we got it.
Yeah, we had the oven. We had the toaster.
Yeah.
We don't need to combine.
They go, aren't you tired of...
Yeah, I don't know what came first, the remote or the toaster.
It's a question as old as time.
Yeah, but anything after the TV remote or the toaster, like the cell phone, that's ruined your life.
Oh, sure.
The landline, that was good.
The landline, that was great.
You had an escape. You could leave your house if you didn't want to talk to anybody.
That's true.
Now it's in your pocket. You can be reached 24/7.
The only problem with the landline, although it was exciting, was that you can listen in on someone else's conversation.
I like that, though.
I know. Your mom's over there. You're talking to your girlfriend.
Yeah.
You're twirling the cord.
You have to put your...
Kicking your heels up in your bed.
Yeah.
Talking to Peggy Sue.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Your mom's over there in the kitchen.
Uh-huh.
She's in the kitchen.
She's not taking a single fucking breath. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But I like that. I kind of like that. I kind of like being...
Well, now you just have... Now instead of your mom, you just have Google and Apple listening in. And they're holding their mouth over there. Listening to you.
Yeah. Eye scans featured heavily in the 2002 sci-fi film Minority Report. Which Lazouni calls one of his favorites.
Oh, Jesus
In the
Christ.
movie, Tom Cruise's character accesses his highly secure workplace with the technology, which later comes back to haunt him.
Why are we giving a synopsis of Minority Report?
Well, that's because that guy I quoted earlier, that's one of his favorite movies.
Okay.
And the technology, it comes back to haunt him.
Oh, okay, got it.
But he doesn't. This guy, he goes, I don't care.
No, yeah. It's only my favorite movie. I've learned no lessons from it. Yeah.
I took all the wrong messages from the movie.
Yeah. It was cool.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
Despite the movie's dystopian slant, Lazuni said he finds it exciting.
What an
Quote,
idiot.
all you need to do is just look into the reflection of that device that you're looking at, and it could read your iris and automatically give you all the access that you need for whatever you need to interact with.
It's idiots like this that are going to... It's the first horseman of the apocalypse. These are the people that are silently going forward and letting us all get fucked in the ass by these
marching off
companies.
the cliff, yeah.
Marching right off the cliff when he's got his favorite movie is telling him otherwise.
His favorite movie is like, no.
Yeah,
don't
but the
do
part that
this.
I liked was the tech. I love the tech.
Yeah, I kind of zoned out
Yeah.
during the moral of the story.
It's like a guy who gets into smoking, gets into vaping because he loves the tech.
Haley Sukeyama, she's an associate director of legal activism at the Electronic Frontier Foundation, says
job.
even the best technology makes mistakes. If the software confuses someone's identity, it will be important that workers have the right to appeal. The stakes are particularly high with biometric data, she said. No one can issue me new fingerprints. No one can issue me a new face. And so if that information is hacked, for example, and in a format where other people can use it, that's the whole game.
That's the whole game. So basically, you're saying if somebody hacks into your fingerprints and it's not reading yours anymore, then
you're
what?
fucked.
You're fucked.
Yeah, sorry.
Find a new job.
Yeah. 20 years ago, we would have just issued you a new password, but
Yeah.
well, we can't do that anymore. So
Well, you see what happened. Your face has been hacked.
there's really nothing we can do.
Perhaps you get plastic surgery and become a new face,
Become a new man, change your name,
or
and then,
maybe become a woman. Try
then
that
we
out.
can rehire you at a starting salary.
We'd have to go back down to base hiring salary, which is $51,000 a year. We know you were making commission. That's out the window. That's done. Well, take it from a guy who made his own path. No biometrics. Mm-hmm. No biometrics necessary.
Yeah.
Forget base salary.
Sure.
This guy was going for the whole haul.
Oh.
I'm going to tell you a little story about a con man.
Oh,
Now,
con
we
man.
know con men. You've seen Catch Me If You Can.
Sure.
With Leo DiCaprio.
Sure.
Kind of a 2004 thriller.
2004
It's
thriller.
no Minority Report.
It's no Minority Report.
But
No.
it's up there.
No.
Well, here's another man who didn't learn any lessons from a movie. Well, this is from the Wall Street Journal, Trent.
Oh.
Headline, Grifter played war hero, family oil man to rake in millions.
Wow.
Dateline, Tyler, Texas.
Oh, Tyler, Texas.
Home of one Pat Mahomes.
Oh, is that where he's from?
That's where he's from.
Wow.
Tyler, Texas. In a city where reverence for the oil fields and veterans runs deep, Derek Ham made a powerful impression. Mm-hmm. 6'3" with a beard, he wore a jacket festooned with combat medals he said were from Green Beret tours in Iraq and Afghanistan, and was always accompanied by a service dog to help ease his PTSD, acquaintances recalled.
If you have a service dog, you're a con artist.
You're a con artist. Any dog with the emotional support. Yeah, my mom's a con artist with her dog. She's got it registered as an emotional support thing so she could fly with it.
Yeah.
You know, it's over 50 pounds.
It's stupid.
She goes, I need it or I'll have a breakdown.
Don't fly.
They go, Jesus Christ, lady. All right, take it on the fucking plane. Jesus Christ. Charming and well-spoken, Ham told people he was the favorite nephew of a pioneer of fracking, Oklahoma oil tycoon Harold Ham.
Harold Ham.
Harold Ham.
Pioneer of fracking.
Ham, Derek Ham, that is, was soon drumming up investments at an executive country club and hobnobbing with retired baseball star Mark Teixeira. I don't know who
Teixeira.
that guy. Teixeira. The problem was, Trent, virtually everything about Derek Ham was a lie.
Oh, God.
Ham, 40 years old, was actually a grifter.
A grifter.
Much like a comedian we know. A grifter with an encyclopedic memory and a string of criminal convictions. According to federal prosecutors, he had spent a year in Iraq and the Army National Guard infantryman, but was no decorated Special Forces soldier. He had no relation to Harold Ham.
Oh, wow.
Derek Ham persuaded people to give him at least $2.28 million for various drilling ventures that never materialized until the FBI got involved. He pleaded guilty to violating the Stolen Valor Act, which prohibits falsely using military medals to obtain benefits, along with fraud charges. Around 2018-2019, somebody tipped off Harold Ham, the oil tycoon, that a man was claiming to be his nephew and was trying to make oil deals in Tyler, Texas. A judge sided with Harold Ham, ordering Derek Ham to pay the plaintiffs $10,000 and to stop falsely representing himself. Continental had a lawyer in Tyler register it in district court there. It did not work. In September 2020, Ham joined CEOs of various companies and former slugger Texiera at an exclusive dove hunt in a ranch southwest of San Antonio.
Yeah.
Ham's bio for the event said he owned 7,000 wells and a refinery and was a majority shareholder in Continental. I believe Continental is Harold's company.
Sure.
He had a master's degree in mechanical engineering. He was a, quote, master airborne soldier with 258 combat jumps. None of that was true, federal prosecutors said.
You think you know a guy.
Through a contract through the hunt, Ham connected with a couple who had just moved to Tyler. He mesmerized them over dinner at his home.
Oh, my God. He wined and dined them.
And mesmerized them with the story of being stabbed in the stomach in Afghanistan.
Oh, my God.
Then, according to Ham's indictment and interviews corroborated by federal prosecutors, the husband said Ham took him to his country club. Ham talked oil with the other patrons during lunch before telling him about 23 wells in nearby Kilgore that could make them a lot of money. The couple invested $1.4 million to help him buy and fix the wells. But after Ham couldn't produce ownership deeds and a friend warned that he was a likely fraud, they had their attorney contact the FBI office.
Oh, wow.
Well, on January 20th, 2022, federal prosecutors obtained 33-count indictment against him from the grand jury. 4 days later, he was taken into federal custody.
Oh, wow.
He had less than $10,000 in cash left because he had spent everything on expensive jewelry, vehicles, and a chartered plane.
A chartered plane.
At Ham's sentencing on December 7th, Assistant U.S. Attorney Robert Wells said that Ham would show off his gun collection and lie about people he had killed in combat to intimidate those who he swindled from.
Oh, wow. So he's kind of like
he's a confidence man.
Yeah.
Ham admitted in his plea agreement about lying about everything from his military history to being Harold Ham's relative and apologized for betraying the community, saying he never had any malicious intent.
That's what they all say. I never meant to hurt anybody. I was just trying to make a lot of money.
I was trying to lie to take their money.
Take your money.
And, of course, steal valor. Well, he was sentenced to 11 years in prison, the maximum penalty for what he did. In an interview from jail this month, Ham was defiant, saying he had been pressured by prosecutors into a plea deal. He had tried to make investments work and felt bad for those people who'd lost money, but the oil and gas industry was famously volatile, he said. People just assumed he was related to Harold Ham, but he never actually told anybody that, Ham said.
Now, is that his real name, Ham, his last name? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Well, he's Ham.
Yeah, you just kind of heavily imply.
He goes, what do you mean? I had a couple oil prospects. Yeah. I never said I was Harold Ham's nephew. They just took a bite of this ham sandwich and put two and two together.
Wow. See, I think he's a bad guy, but I kind of respect being able to lie that convincingly.
Me too.
Because you have to know about oil. You have to be convincing about oil and about the military.
Right.
Things that I know nothing about. I barely know.
But you know where it starts. Yeah. Before you can do this, you have to love yourself. And that's what he did so well.
That's right.
What it didn't say is that a lot of that money he spent was for Valentine's gifts. Self-love.
Yeah, he
Valentine's
bought himself
gifts.
a tennis bracelet.
Yeah. And if that's such a crime, then sure, sentence him to 11 years.
Yeah.
But the last time I checked, it's one of the most important forms of love there is.
Well, exactly. If self-love is wrong, I don't want to be right.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
lock me up and throw away the fucking key.
Yeah, have fun loving someone else. Sick fuck.
Yeah.
Anyway, bad guy, con man down there in Tyler, Texas.
Wow.
And
Tyler,
he's doing
Texas.
hard time, and not because of his wedding, Trent.
No. If you can't trust a Texan, who can you trust?
I don't know.
Well, that's what we need to find out
In this article.
New Delhi.
In New Delhi.
Yes.
Well, we're going to take a jump. We're going to leave the U.S.
We're going to leave the U.S. I don't believe it's on the map here.
Go back to India.
We're going to India.
To
yes.
India.
This is from the Wall Street Journal.
Oh, okay.
Headline: A chicken fight wings its way to High Court.
Oh, my Christ.
The brawl over butter chicken features dueling grandsons.
Wow.
Quote, a delicious dispute.
I'm locked in, Trent. I can't wait
Dateline, New Delhi.
Dateline, New Delhi.
Butter chicken is among India's most famous culinary exports.
It's fantastic.
Why, it's up there with chicken tikka masala.
I'd say right under.
I would say right under, but I think it's better.
I think it's better, but from a popularity standpoint.
Yes. The fragrant, creamy curry has been adapted into pizzas in the U.S., a poutine topping in Canada, and a pie filling in Australia.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere. There's a World Butter Chicken Day.
Good.
Now butter chicken is at the center of a saucy real-life drama roiling India. The bone of contention? Who invented the dish?
You either die a hero as a dish, or you live long enough to go to court.
Rival restaurant chains are in a legal chicken fight over who created butter chicken. The culinary clash has risen to the Delhi High Court.
The Delhi High Court.
Highest court in Delhi. The showdown has roots.
This sounds like something that should be in the Delhi High Court, the DELI High Court.
The showdown has roots in a storied New Delhi restaurant called Moti Mahal. It was founded in 1947 and known for serving the first butter chicken, which features tandoori chicken cooked in a tomato-based sauce with butter and cream. The watering hole became a favorite with power brokers and starlets. Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis, the most beautiful woman in the world.
The most beautiful woman in the world? Wow.
Yes. She dined there.
How can anyone cheat on her? Good thing no one ever did.
Haven't you heard people say that? She's she's beautiful.
Yeah.
Then you look at her, you go,
It looks a little weird. She's like wide-eyed and...
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it either. Richard Nixon also dined there, but they didn't dine together. Or so this article says.
I have my theories.
Jawaharlal Nehru, India's first prime minister, was a regular, and Soviet Premier Nikita Khrushchev used to fly Moti Mahal's chefs.
It's a free-for-all. World leaders.
And platters of chicken to Moscow for state banquets.
Powerful people eat butter chicken.
The dueling restaurateurs are the adult grandsons of the original Moti Mahal partners.
Wow.
This guy, Monish Gurjal, claims his grandfather invented butter chicken in the 1930s in Peshawar, in what is now Pakistan, as a creative use of leftovers, and took the idea to New Delhi after the 1947 division of India and Pakistan.
I could forget.
And then became a partner in the Moti Mahal restaurant.
Okay.
Last year, according to Gurjal, he bristled when he saw the owner of a newer restaurant chain, Darijiani, appear on the TV show Shark Tank India.
Wow.
Seeking investment to expand their chain. In the episode, Raghav Jaggi, the 43-year-old founder of Darijiani,
was he from Tyler, Texas?
Credits his own grandfather, who was also a partner at Moti Mahal, with inventing butter chicken. So these two guys, their grandfathers, started this restaurant.
Right.
One of them invented butter chicken, and the grandsons are fighting to the death.
Every city's got this. Like the Juicy Lucy in Minneapolis, Burn-Ins in Kansas City. There's always somebody's grandpa came up with it.
Right.
When in reality, they're all cooking the same shit together.
Yeah.
They went to the same restaurant, for crying out loud.
Right. Well, that's the thing. Butter chicken is among other high-profile food beefs, including over burrito bowls, the phrase Taco Tuesday, And whether
Well, I came up with that.
did you hear LeBron James tried to trademark that?
Taco Tuesday?
Taco Tuesday, yeah.
What is he doing with Taco Tuesday?
I don't know. And whether cheese not made in Greece can be called feta.
Sort of a champagne situation.
Champagne, yes.
The champagne of cheese.
Yes. Lawyers and food experts say it could be nearly impossible to definitively pinpoint the mother hen of buttered chicken.
Yeah, it seems like a terrible case from an attorney.
Quote, nobody can claim priority of invention on any dish which has been in the public domain for more than a century, said Pushpesh Pant, a food historian in New Delhi. You can create a backstory to create market hype, but that's it.
Well, to push pesh, I say pish posh. I'm fighting this thing, baby. Take it to the highest court in New Delhi. My granddaddy slaved.
No, my granddaddy.
I want the money.
And I didn't do anything.
What do they get at it? Like, what? He's one guy's suing the other guy for lying.
Yeah, well, we'll get to that in a second. But this adds to the confusion, Joe. Both grandfathers had the same first and middle name.
That's a problem in a country like India.
Kundan Lal. News stories occasionally referred to them as the two Kundan Lals. And in their later years, the mustachioed men could have passed for brothers.
What about this? What if they're twins and these
other grandkids are related?
And then they realize that there is no fight because it's the same granddads.
Exactly. Well, they should contact 23andMe. Unfortunately, they're bankrupt. So
yeah. Damn it! They're the only people who can solve this.
Gurjal's lawsuit is asking for $240,000 in damages and an injunction to bar Darigiani from claiming Jaggie's grandfather invented butter chicken. Anuj Goel, 44, a self-described foodie who works at a software company in New Delhi, has dined at both restaurant chains. Quote, they're both overrated, Goel said.
Yeah, of course.
Why are you fighting? Serve people a good quality product and people can decide for themselves.
Whose grandpa invented it?
Yeah.
Well, the guy's clearly upset because this other guy's taking his whole marketing angle.
Right.
And he's doing it on national television.
Yeah, Shark Tank India.
It's going to hurt his business.
Right.
Yeah.
Pankaj Vohra, 69, a veteran journalist in New Delhi, recalls his father taking him to Moti Mahal as a young lad. He remembers the Gurjal's grandfather, the bon vivant host, welcoming guests with a glass of whiskey while Jaggie's grandfather worked quietly in the background. The two Kundan Lals were extremely close, he said, although their partnership ended in a dispute.
Over who invented butter chicken.
Probably, yeah. Quote, the grandson should let their grandfather's souls rest in peace, he said.
They're keeping the souls up.
Yeah.
The souls there's too much faction and fighting.
Right, yeah.
Well, it seems like a bad case because how could you ever prove
Right, they're both dead, long gone.
The only
now
thing,
every Indian restaurant makes butter chicken.
The only way to find out is to wait for the invention of the time machine. And only with the time machine could you go back to find out which non-lal, I forgot their names. Kundan Lal invented butter chicken.
Yes, they'll have to wait for the time machine. I just hope they live long enough.
I believe the Alphabet Group is coming out with one soon.
Alphabet Group, yeah.
And they have the best intentions for it.
They have the best intentions. They've nailed the self-driving car. They're on to the time machine.
Yeah, and they go, we think this is going to be great.
I can't imagine anything going wrong.
Yeah, I don't know how you win that case.
That's the thing. But with the time machine, they could go back. They could screw it all up. They could never. We could know a world with no buttered chicken at all.
Yeah, they might. It's called the butterfly effect. The butter chicken fly effect. You go back, you tweak one thing, no butter chicken.
Oh my god, I can't think of a worse world to imagine.
No,
than a world without butter chicken.
Yeah, there'd probably be no burrito bowls either.
No Taco Tuesday.
No Taco Tuesday. What would LeBron James be known for? Without Taco Tuesday. He would just be another guy.
He'd just be another guy.
Just another guy.
Just another guy.
The all-time point leader in the NBA. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's
the receding hairline.
The receding hairline and threatening to leave the Lakers at any moment. What will he do? Well, Trent, I think that's about everything.
I think that about wraps it up for this episode.
This episode of Echo Chamber. Thank you for watching or listening. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends, share the podcast.
Yes, tell your friends, subscribe, rate, review, leave us a review.
Review would be good.
Yeah.
Review would be good. And as always, this is Joe signing out.
Oh, and this is Trent signing off.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.